Well, hi, today we're at Fauquier Education Farm. We're here with Jim Hankins, the Executive Director, and we're going to be talking about cabbage, and specifically Chinese cabbage. Is that right?
Absolutely. These are Rubicon Chinese cabbage. It was a little experiment that I did last year that was just phenomenally successful. We had great, big, huge Chinese cabbage. It's a good cool season crop. You know, you want to get it in good and early. You know, anything that's really successful, I'm going to repeat.
Yeah, that sounds good. So this is a little different than just regular cabbage most people are used to having in the garden, right?
Absolutely. The Chinese cabbage, you know, it will tend to be a little bit taller.
Gotcha. So you said cool season crop. So in Virginia, a lot of the mountains, northern Virginia, even central Virginia, probably April, you still be putting that in, right?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, you could go into May some, but you know, during the middle of the summer, what will happen with a lot of cool season crops will be that they will bolt. Instead of making a nice big head, it tries to bloom too quickly. They're very, very frost tolerant. Both in the early spring and the late fall.
Jim, I noticed that you've got two rows here, and you've got them spaced about, I'd say, a foot apart. Is that normal spacing for a gardener?
A foot to 16 inches. You know, this isn't a really big plant. It's more upright than the regular green cabbage that we're used to growing. Okay. But you can fit them in pretty tightly.
Okay, so now they look great, and so if people are going to look for varieties, they're going to look in their catalogs, maybe find something that maybe is slow to bolting if they're going to plant in the springtime.
Yes.
Okay. Now, are there any problems? Do they get a lot of insect damage or something like that?
The biggest problem with Chinese cabbage is that flea beetles absolutely love them. Okay. You can see this white fabric that we've got planted over this row. This is called a floating row cover. I don't like to have to spray pesticides, and you know, with the Chinese cabbage, I'd have to be spraying them weekly to control the flea beetles. Okay. The easy solution is to put a floating row cover right after you plant them, and the flea beetles literally cannot get to them. If you don't protect these guys, you won't get a crop back because the insects will destroy them. Little green leafhoppers, green grasshoppers, there's a lot of stuff that loves the Chinese cabbage.
So this fabric basically just excludes insects, doesn't let them get down to the plants. Any other advantages there? Oh,
there's tremendous advantages to growing under row covers. It creates a microclimate that these Chinese cabbage in particular really respond to.
Well, that makes sense. Well, I like this row cover idea, and let's look at it here because it's kind of a lightweight material, right?
Yes.
That you just go over it and you've got some hoops. What do these hoops look like?
These are wire hoops. I like to buy the pre-bent ones. They're extremely easy to put in. You just push it into the ground at either end. And then you hold the row cover down with staples, with metal staples. Okay. Some rocks and soil along the edges to make sure that you've got it sealed up pretty well. The great thing about the row cover is it will last you for years. It looks like a really lightweight fabric, but if you take care of it, you can reuse it for many years.
So you just leave it on there, light comes through.
Yes.
It keeps it warm at the beginning of the season, excludes the insects. That's a pretty good deal.
And creates this magical microclimate underneath that is really great for the plant health.
So people can find this for their garden at different various stores. They just Google row cover.
Floating row cover, most good ag supply places, and you can get the wire hoops. In the back of most of the good seed catalogs, you'll also find it. That stuff is so lightweight, that's 300 yards you're holding in one hand right there. Yeah. You know, it's really affordable to get it shipped through the mail.
Well, great production techniques, and I think Chinese cabbage can be a good one for home gardeners.
Absolutely.
Well, for more information about season extension techniques like row covers or Chinese cabbage, contact your local county extension office and talk to your master gardener. From the Ground Up, I'm Chris Mullins. We'll see you next time.
From the Ground Up is presented with the generous advice and assistance of Virginia Cooperative Extension. Visit their website at ext.vt.edu and visit the Fauquier Education Farm Facebook page to learn about their workshops this spring.